MAGA couple in Georgia has a couple of businesses that have not been doing well since Trump was sworn in. His tariffs have been really rough on their businesses, and they're apparently questioning their support for Donald Trump and for the Republican Party. And I love to see people actually changing their mind based on changing circumstances. So I want to focus on this couple for a second. This is Jesse and Carter Meadows of rural Georgia. They're like historically mostly Republican, although Jesse had voted for Obama in the past. And interviewed, they said that they liked Trump's outsider messaging. And I'm going to try not to be too hard on that, considering that he is a politically connected billionaire for literally decades who has already served as president. But okay, sure, outsider, that's fine. And that they haven't liked the inflation they experienced under Joe Biden, which we know is true of tens of millions of voters. One other factor that caused them to support Donald Trump is that they wanted the Epstein files to be released. So you can probably see where most of this is going. So they wanted Trump to improve the economy, but so far, that hasn't happened. The phone that used to ring in their businesses apparently sits mostly quiet because one of their businesses is like things like flowers. And they say that customers are still reluctant to spend on an extra like flowers in small town Georgia. A box of fake berries from China recently arrived at the shop with a note explaining that they cost 17% more because of Trump's tariffs. A lot of the things they import, I'm sure, will be. The Carters also run a funeral home that's also having some issues. Apparently tariffs are pushing up prices for one of his suppliers, and Carter isn't sure how long he can hold off raising his own rates. The tariffs, he said, seemed unplanned and childish, and I think that he is onto something there. And apparently it's not just this couple, because in new polls, a quarter of conservative voters disapprove of Trump's handling of the economy as tariffs upend business and lower income Americans cut back their spending. There's also, in the non-economic front, we brought up Epstein. A lot of MAGA people are angry about that. Apparently, Jesse and Carter, that couple, were sitting in a living room one day when Jesse saw a reference on Facebook to a Trump True Social post where Trump allegedly said, "Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters have bought into this bull-ass hook, line, and sinker." And Jesse turned to her husband and said, "It's gotta be fake," but they looked it up and it, of course, was not fake. And briefly, Carter felt ashamed of his vote. Jesse was angry. She was MAGA, she decided, but MAGA wasn't synonymous with Trump. And I said at the time, what a strange strategy, Nina, that you know how much your base cares about this thing. And for you to say that they're being stupid or disloyal for caring about the thing that you and so many people in your administration have for years been telling them is crucially real. And now you're insulting, spitting in their face. It was such a weird political strategy. What do you think?
It's funny how that happens, and my heart does go out to this couple. President Trump ran as a populist. And if he really, really in his heart wants to be the greatest president, then that populism would overtake him more than the type of hatred that has overtaken him and also members of his administration. And so the fact that the hard way, this couple had to find out that it was all fake, that's quite stunning for them.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand where they're coming from. I'm really sad that this is happening. Hopefully it opens their eyes and they will share their story with other folks so that there is a type of awakening, John. That is really what we need in this country. Sad.
Yeah, and I'm really sad for their businesses. I'm sad for the people in the town that the things they're like, this is not a thing that just hits liberals.
They believe, John. They believed.
I know, I feel bad. They were lied to.
Yeah.
And I really do think Trump is doing a lot of terrible stuff that I think will hurt him in the next election. But the tariffs, I think, are like the biggest because it's so needless. He's just choosing to do this, screwing people over on the core issue of the 2024 election. He's like, no, let's have more information.
He'll be all right, John. But people like that couple, they will not be all right. They're gonna get hurt.
Like I was saying, when Elon Musk was doing his doggy stuff, and he was like, "It's time to tighten the belts." Billionaires never tighten the belts.
Never.
They're not going to suffer. None of them are. Zuckerberg's fine. Soros is fine. Elon Musk is fine. Trump's fine. No, it's us. We have to tighten our belts, and they're the ones tightening it for us. They're squeezing our belts around us.
It's collateral damage, and they don't care. Again, pawns. They're playing in our face. And when we have working class solidarity in this country, John, across political ideology, baby, that's when the real magic is going to happen in this country.
Let's try that out.